When we met privately, we talked about a range of topics, from China to Israel to the fate of the hostages in Gaza to energy policy. We also talked about something that hits home here in Pennsylvania for my constituents, which is the fate of Marc Fogel. As you and I discussed, Marc has been imprisoned by the Russians since 2021. I've had a chance to meet with his mom, 95-year-old Mafa. She was at the Butler rally with myself and President Trump in the front row when he was shot. We need to bring him home. It took far too long for the State Department to designate Marc as wrongfully detained by the Russian government, and was really a gut punch to many of us in Pennsylvania that Marc wasn't included in the swap last year. So, Senator, will you commit to working with me and others in our delegation to make Marc's return home a high priority?
Absolutely. And in fact, I've been involved already. I've met with those families as well. We've had conversations about this. And there are two things I'd point to. Number one, this is a ridiculous case. I mean, this is an American that clearly there was an order given at some level that if you see an American and you have anything you can charge them with, let's charge them and let's collect these because we can trade them in the future for something. There's a global market for this now. And it's one of the challenges of the 21st century. There is now an active global market for detaining Americans wrongfully in Venezuela, in Russia, in China, or somewhere else, Iran, and then using them to trade for something they want in the future. And so I think there needs to be greater awareness put out about that reality. Although people are still going to travel, and Americans are still free people that have the ability to travel, this is a real risk. In this particular case, this has nothing to do with politics. No one can claim, nor do they, that he's a spy or that he's involved in a national security threat. And so this is a case that has to be elevated, and hopefully one that can be done through strong private diplomacy, at a minimum as a goodwill gesture. Because if they're not willing to do this, then not to mention the broader challenges posed to us by what Putin is doing in Ukraine, then I think the chances of improvement in U.S.-Russian relations are impossible. But this is not that this would solve that problem, but it is at a minimum the kind of thing you would hope to see if anyone is serious about improving relations, especially if we can get the situation in Ukraine to a peaceful standing. And I hope that this case will be one that we can reach a good result on.
Good. Thank you.